the Azovstal metallurgical plant as fierce fighting rages on. The video released on May 8 by the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, a breakaway territory in eastern Ukraine, shows clashes between Russian troops and Ukrainian forces at the Azovstal metallurgical plant in the city of Mariupol, southeast Ukraine. Footage from the video shows massive explosions and thick plumes of black smoke rising at the Azovstal factory premises. Denis Prokopenko, commander of the Azov battalion that is entrenched inside the Azovstal factory, on May 8 said that fierce fighting is still taking place at the Azovstal plant. Mr. Prokopenko said that Russian forces had infiltrated inside the factory and that bloody fighting was taking place. David Arakhamia, a parliamentarian of Ukraine, on the evening of May 8 also confirmed that Russian forces had entered the Azovstal factory area. Attempts to raid the factory continue for the second day in a row. Russian soldiers have entered the area of the Azovstal factory, Mr. Arakhamia said. Mariupol Mayor Vadim Boychenko said on the same day that contact had been lost with defense forces inside the Azovstal. Today there was fierce fighting in the area of our fortress at Azovstal. Our brave soldiers defended the fortress, but with great difficulty, because of heavy artillery and vehicles. Tanks are still firing on the fortress, planes are still operating, ships are still approaching and also shelling the fortress, Boychenko added. The Russian Defense Ministry announced that it will open evacuation corridors for civilians from the Azovstal plant for 3 days, including 5-6-7-5 in the time frame from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on May 8 called on United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres to help rescue those still trapped inside the Azovstal factory. Last weekend, nearly 200 civilians were removed from the Azovstal plant in an evacuation operation guaranteed by the United Nations and the Red Cross and agreed by Russia and Ukraine. However, the evacuation was interrupted after fighting reappeared here. President Vladimir Putin accused Ukraine's ultranationalist battalions of being able to use civilians as human shields as a war crime. The Azovstal plant is considered the last bastion of the Ukrainian military forces in the strategic port city of Mariupol. An estimated 1,000 to 2,000 Ukrainian servicemen and civilians are sheltering inside the factory's fortified tunnels. Ukrainian officials say that Azovstal has been subjected to the heaviest airstrikes and shelling in recent days despite Moscow's announcement of a cessation of military activity here.